Hi, I'm Rob from Hobson. Thanks for joining me live on YouTube for an extravaganza. I'm going to call it an extravaganza of beers from Overtone in Glasgow. We will be joined by the gorgeous Craig Samuels from Kent Beer Reviews soon, when he's sorted out his domestic requirements. Putting the bins out primarily, it just takes him a while. But we're also joined by a very, very, very special guest. We've got Harry from Bluenose Beer Reviews. How you doing, mate?
I'm very, very well. How are you?
Yeah, in need of a beer. And what a great brewery to choose. Oh, yes. But we couldn't do this. I mean, it wouldn't be good beer live without Jake, but it wouldn't be an Overtone live tasting without Jake Overton.
Just missing the
he couldn't get closer. I mean, my surname is a county. Yeah, I don't think there is a Derbyshire brewery.
There probably isn't.
There probably isn't one called Derbyshire Brewery. Yeah,
terrible, isn't it?
There's plenty based in. I don't think there's a Meadows Brewery.
Meadows. It kind of should be. Boring cask ale, I think.
or like a cider maker. That sounds like Meadows.
Yes, maybe.
Oh, there's quite a few in the States.
Oh, is there?
Yeah. Maple Meadows, Howell Meadows, Sun Meadows, or Meadows Brewing. Savage Meadows, that's what I like. Savage Meadows.
Is that like Savage Garden?
That's exactly what I was thinking. I don't think it's something to crow about, that one.
No, it's not.
But we'll get into a load of the business in a bit, but I think we just need to drink some beer because I'm dead thirsty, mate.
Mm-hmm.
So to start off with, because this, what we're going to do tonight, so you're going to see, I guess 4 kind of main reviews-ish, because they're the beers that I've got, which are the same as other people. But you'll see probably about 10 different beers, I'd imagine, throughout the evening, at least. But this one, all 3 of us have got, hence why we're doing this before Craig comes on, because Craig don't have this as it has. And the beer that we're looking at is called Hedge Trimmer. I've had once before. It's I did it when they were on the Beers Without Frontiers podcast. I think I had it during that, and it's a 7.5% ABV. New England IPA, as a lot of these are New England IPAs, but that's no bad thing. So what's in this? Hops, brew number 1. And we're going to ask you questions about hops in a minute, Harry. Because
oh dear.
I'm just going to show you what fun, because you are
is a
resident.
Are they what you put in with the malt?
So it's brew 1, Azaka, Sultana, then malts and Golden Promise, wheat, oat, honey malt. That's another thing we're going to ask you about. And then it says, and then the yeast is a house blend. It says on here, Azaka is the god of agriculture. Azaka does not recommend operating any garden machinery while drinking this beer. So there you go.
I've literally just researched this, and after reading that, and it says Azaka Tonir, also known as Azaka or Azaka, is a lower thunder in Vodou, especially in Haiti. That means nothing to me. It means nothing.
I didn't understand that.
No, neither did I.
It's a voodoo god of
thunder.
Thunder. Well, the Greek would be Zeus, which
Yeah.
is already a name for hop. I think they're just going through the variety of mythical deities. Right then, let's have a look at this bloody beer. Let's remind ourselves how we do this nonsense. So, kind of dusky orange for me. What about you guys?
Yeah, it's sort of like pastel-y, isn't it? It's not like a vibrant colour, I'd say.
No.
Bordering on unclear for years. It's correct. Crested.
Really, you think so? I'm going to say.
It's pretty opaque.
Mine isn't at all.
Oh, is it not? I've opened the right beer. Yeah.
maybe when I tip the rest of it in, it might change it. But Harry and mine look quite similar.
Yeah.
I'd say mine's bang on Haze for Days.
Yeah, I'd say Haze Days.
Maybe mine's rocked up a little bit. Yeah, mine's pretty opaque.
You got the special edition end of canning.
Yeah. Extra yeast.
Aroma.
It smells awesome.
See, I have had this before, and it was the second beer I had of the tasting, and it was so dramatically different to the other one. I mean, that's one thing I think we'll probably pick up during this evening, because most of what we're going to be having will be IPAs, but I think you'll just see a massive variety. So, what I was going to ask, I get a lot of kind of tinned little oranges, mandarins, tangerines. My grandma used to have a tin of them in a larder in Rothwell. I mean, I'm really. So it really reminds me of that. I used to have I might have even banged on about this. I've definitely mentioned this in loads of reviews. I used to have a green paper label on it. The tins. So, Brew 1 and Sultana. We'll come back to that. I know that, Harry. So, what are we getting on this schnoz?
For me, I was going to say tin pineapple.
Yeah,
but not quite as pointed. The sweeter side of that. Maybe the syrup. Something
a little bit spicy, a little bit dank.
Yeah.
Maybe dried mango, maybe.
See, I'm definitely getting like tinned mango pieces. Is what I'm getting, and also not tinned peaches, but like peaches that, because I haven't had tinned peaches, but like peaches that come in a jar sort of thing.
You've never had a tin of peaches?
No. I'm from the Midlands. We don't get peaches.
You must have had it in they come in like fruit cocktail, don't they? The tins of fruit cocktail.
I know what you're getting for Christmas.
A 24 pack of tin peaches. But
it tinned you down like a crate of tin peaches
from Del Monte.
Mystery beer.
Maybe. Do you think it's the syrupy stuff that you're getting? Do you think that's what's bringing us all to tin fruit?
It's fruit. It's fruit in syrup. It's like pick your fruit sort of thing.
Sugary jelly goodness is what it smells like. Whatever that is. That.
Anyway, I'm really, really thirsty. So Cheers. We'll get back to all that shenanigans in a bit.
Oh yeah, God, that hits the spot. That hits the spot.
Does, done it. Really nicely balanced.
Yeah, there is a certain. I mean, we can talk about all the juiciness, but there is a little bit of a sort of, I don't know, like caramelly malt. Again, is that syrupiness that we're picking up? There, like you say, it's more balanced. It's not just all fruit forward, which I thought it was going to be. There is that little sort of sweet malt edge to it.
Yeah, it's got a little kind of towards the back end.
Yeah,
bit of a tang. Mango, I'm going to say big time mango. Yeah, it's that kind of. Yeah, there's a tang to it which kind of keeps you going back. It's bitter. It's got a bit of a. For me, it's got a dried fruit bit to it, and then it's got something that is like a drying orange peel kind of thing. But not kind of super fresh. Not just ripped up in an orange. It's not got that zesty vitality. It's got a little bit of dryness to it.
Yeah,
you've peeled an orange. You've left it drying. A couple of hours later, you picked it up and had a bite for some reason.
Yeah.
Left it by a radiator for a bit of time.
Plus, it's got a tang. But definitely mango, and kind of quite a big juicy orange for me as well.
Yeah.
It's mega quaffable for 7.5 as well. It's a proper I keep putting it down because otherwise it's just going to be
Mine's already gone. The whole thing's in the glass.
Yeah, I think I'm going to put a rest in this. It's not going to last too long. Yeah, for me, it just hits the balance for what kind of beer I like, because it's not just silly juice. It's not got that kind of melon kind of thing. It's not got. It's not overtly sweet. It does kind of remind you that it is a beer. It's not just silly juice. There's that malt component is really interesting to me. It's got a soft, slightly toffee. Can't get away from this. The kind of the juice in the fruit can. Really, it's not as sweet as that. I'll say that.
I think a fair amount of this sweetness as well as is really honey malt.
I'm going to say that it has got a kind of a clear honey thing.
Yeah.
Have you ever used honey malt?
I haven't. No, I've used all rest. I've used Golden Promise wheat and oats, and they give you plenty of body within this. But and Golden Promise is, I've actually got like a 25 kilo sack of Golden Promise in there for homebrew. But yeah, I've used that before doing double IPAs and New England IPAs and things like that with oats and wheat as well.
Right, okay. And what do you think it brings to it? Does it bring a honey character?
I think Golden Promise itself is better than using, say, something like Marisota or Best Ale or Low Colour Pale or something, or Pale Ale Malt or something, because it definitely, for me, it gives you a little bit of colour and a little bit of sweetness as well, in an unfermentable kind of sweetness. So then it's kind of residual sugar sort of thing. So it sits around and gives you that little bit more flavour. And I think combined with the wheat and oats with extra body. Honey malt, though, I've seen that. I don't know where they've got the Gambrinus. It's Gambrinus honey malt or whatever it is. That's the normal one I think you'd go for. I've seen it around a few times, but I've never actually used it myself. But
yeah, I've just did a quick Google, and that's the only place it seems that's unique to that malting.
Yeah,
so it's Canadian essentially.
Canadian, yeah. Okay. Gambrinus. It's ridiculously expensive, which is why I've never used it.
Well, I just wanted. I've put that comment up and left it up there, but just to make you feel uncomfortable that the head brewer is watching as we speak now.
Yeah.
so Dan, how you doing? Thank you very much for the taste of beers.
It's good start. Good beer. Good start. Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't go downhill from here.
I'm sure it.
I said I've had this one once before and really liked it. But yeah, just make you feel slightly uncomfortable about. It's not just the regular idiots watching us.
It's not my channel.
But yeah.
Yeah, no, I like it.
Yeah, so Brew 1 is something you start seeing. You do see a lot of kind of New England style IPAs.
Mm-hmm.
I've no handle on Brew 1. If you give me Brew 1,
yeah,
maybe it's one of those hops that doesn't get showcased all that much, but plays a certain important part. Have you used it much? And also Sultana.
Yeah, Sultana's starting to get used a fair bit now.
I've seen that on a few cans now.
Yeah,
I take it that's still an American hop, isn't it?
I'm guessing so. I'm guessing it is. It's got a trademark behind it. I'm guessing it is. But yeah, Brew 1's kind of like pineapple-y, kind of, I suppose stone fruit, kind of grapefruit, citrusy kind of notes. And then it's very much the same, but it also gives some melon kind of flavours as well, in theory. We all know how Charles Farren liked to sell a hop, and anyway. And then Sultana's much the same, minus the melon. But the same time is it's just all the where you put it within the beer, where you put it on the back end, where you put it on the back end, and how much of it you put in. A ton of it, I'm guessing, with this.
Yes. From what they're saying on the can, I presume Azaka's playing quite a major role in this. Which is a hop I really like. Once again. Once upon a time, I'd be like, oh, yeah. I could pick out hops for you. These days, I just can't do it.
I think it's because breweries have to get because hops are expensive, aren't they? So like breweries do get quite inventive with the new styles, and they have to use the experimental hops because they probably are cheaper when they're newer, before they're sort of become too trendy.
I think that's why we've seen the rise of certain hops like Eldorado, because they were available before, and then no one used them for ages. I think I saw the Kern or maybe Yeasty Boys back years ago using them. Yeasty Boys, where have they gone? And then like you just didn't see it.
Brewery, aren't
they? They're down in Utopian now.
Just up the road.
Cornwall.
Yeah. But then like you just don't see them for ages, and then people just think, oh, that hop used to be really good. Let's just try and start using that a little bit. Same as like Falconer's Flight. Where has that gone? That was a great hop from years ago.
I remember you being a real big fan of that. I did a review recently, which had a beer which had Falconer's Flight in it, and I completely mentioned it. I was like, yeah, Harry used to love Falconer's Flight.
Yeah, it was great. and I just don't see it anymore. So, same as Equinox. Equinox kind of like fallen off the face of the earth a little bit. And that was a great hop. Well, it is a great hop. I've still got loads of it.
Yeah. It's just a harvest thing, really, isn't it? It's what
Yeah.
I suppose, and what's trendy and what grows well, what's a good yield.
Yeah.
Sorry to go off on one. It's just that reminded me of some nonsense. I got friends do a really good podcast, but they made this comment about because of the amount of like bushfires on the west coast this year, a lot of hops going to have like a smoky tint to them.
Oh yeah.
Get the fuck out of here! How ridiculous! It's like, do you not think brewers specific? Well, they go to great lengths. A lot of brewers to handpick batches of hops if they get an opportunity, but not be like, that'll do, won't it? Bit smoky. we'll just do a Rouse beer, won't we? Oh, yeah, we'll just do smoky beers from now on because all hops are fucked. Come the fuck on.
Everyone loves a smoked
That's called
hop.
a ruined crop. Is what that is.
Yeah, I just heard that and my eyes couldn't have rolled more aggressively.
What kind of smoke is it though? Is it like peat smoked hops? That's what we want.
It depends on what area of
the
countryside.
it's more sort of burning garbage.
Tire fire.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm just going to run through a couple of the comments so far, and then we'll get on to, as everyone loves, a bit of Untapped. See what's going on. But the reviews will get better as the night goes on. The more beer we drink. But
I thought that was pretty solid. What are you saying?
Maybe I'm commenting on my own performance. Anyway, I think it's lovely. Is this?
Yeah.
I just want to drink it. I'm not really talking about it.
Even as we're talking, it's getting like, a bit like stickier. Even as we're talking, it's that sort of like bit of a resinous quality coming out of it.
I know what you mean. I think I said when I did the review, it reminded me of kind of what I remember. Certain components of like Sierra Nevada Torpedo, not as dank and piney as something like that, but the kind of the core of that when it's good, because we just got used to old, dead, fucking oxidized beer over here, getting sent over from America. That the foundations of the English brewing scene were based on not really knowing what American IPA tastes like. From if it was like about 6 weeks from its drink by date, but that kind of that slightly resinous, but more kind of marmalade, and but with a nice kind of sweet-ish kind of malt component is at the heart of this, which I think is lovely. And because it is a bit bitter, which in this day and age I'm all for.
Yeah.
So we've got Rascal and Disco. So evening, gents. Our lovely Paul from PA Brunius saying cheers, you sexy little kittens. Well, absolutely. Thank you.
I've been referred to as a kitten before, but I'll take it. I'll take it.
Howdy,
Thomas from Window Beer Reviews. How you doing? Paul says, hope your overtones are not undertoned in the flavours. Oh, he's a wordsmith. There's Peter. Cheers, medieval bastards.
Not as good as little kittens.
Yeah,
not quite. But I'll take it.
Yeah.
One thing I'll mention now, while I do remember, is there's going to be like a bit of an after show, which will probably go out into the early morning, hosted on Adam's channel, Mersey Beers. So check out that when this finishes, probably about 11ish, maybe later. We don't know. It depends when we get finished. And so, because Peter's got some beers as well, because there's a bunch of guys who we were on a group chat with, kind of like, us three got them. We'll get into that in a minute, how this all kind of came about. So I think it's an important thing. But then Peter's going to bought some. Adam's going to pick some up today. Greg, if he's available, he put in an order. Rory's bought a bunch, so there'll be a bunch of people potentially on another channel later on giving you a completely different kind of viewpoint and a load of probably different beers from Overtone as well. So keep your eyes and ears open from that. Then smash that like button. You said it. There you go. There's Dan. They brew it. I don't want to give any like potted history based on the podcast to listen. Now that there's actually someone who I might talk about is actually watching this, so maybe I'll hold off on that. Oh yeah. And then Paul says, "Love brewing with Canadian honey malt." Maybe if you've got the money. The Mud Sultana is a Hopsteiner hop. Oh, Are you familiar with that? Hopstein, or is that just the
It's a
merchant?
brand. Well, yeah, merchant. I'm guessing.
Hopstein, is it a German hop then? Just because it's Steiner.
No, I did a little Google of it, and it looks like it's an American hop, a mountain hop. It said.
Okay.
That's what it's one of those mountain IPA hops.
Yeah. Exclusively.
What a non-redundant style.
Yeah, almost as bad as brew.
You could say this is kind of like mountain IPA. Kind of like I just think, as I said earlier, as we'll see tonight, we're going to be drinking a lot of New England IPAs, but they're going to all taste really differently.
Yeah. I suppose with this because it's just like it's East meets West to an extent with its bitterness.
Yeah. What Davor saying is Overtone, a new rising star in the UK and EU, definitely not available in Slovenia. Well, you say that now, but one thing I did pick up from listening to podcasts called Triple Hopped, where they had, I forgot her name, that was terrible. Who actually kindly sent me some lovely fresh beers.
She won't send you any more now.
No, it's terrible. I mean, I'll put on the spot. I can't remember someone's name who's contacted me a bunch of times on Instagram. Come on, give me a fucking break, okay? Yes. So they were on there, and they were kind of like talking about a bit of the background with the brewery. So for what I understand, it's owned by a Chinese guy who I think spent a bit of time in education over in the UK. So and I don't know how he ended up in Scotland, but I mean, so he ended up in Scotland opening a brewery. So I think that there is a lot of ambition to kind of get their beer out around the world. I mean, they did talk about on that podcast about looking at the Chinese market and stuff. So I know there is a bit of a craft beer scene in China.
Yeah, not much, but there is one.
Exactly.
Well, Brewdog just opened their bar in China.
Oh, there you go. So I'm sure they'll be all over it. So I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, for me, I guess what I'll say now is, well, we're doing this, and I kind of became interested in Overtone. I knew about Overtone, and I'd seen it around in a few shops, not a hell of a lot. I mean, they've only been around since 2018, I think. And but it was Harry recently who had been kind of seeing their virtues, really. That kind of made me think, oh, right, okay. Yeah, I've heard of him, but, well, all right, I'll give him a go. And I got a bunch, and I was really impressed. And I was sent some by a friend on Instagram, and that oof, which you had the other night, which is absolutely fucking incredible.
Yeah. That was
and
good.
I've noticed a lot of people on Instagram saying, Overtone are one of their breweries, one of their kind of like big discoveries this year. They're not a new brewery, but a discovery, and they have been for me. This is my second direct order in the last 3 weeks, I think so. So I'm a big fan. I mean, they just tick a lot of boxes for me.
I don't want to know how much I spent on their bottle shop for the past couple of weeks. It's been silly because I think I really kind of discovered them. I had a couple of beers come in a couple of Gonzo boxes, and I didn't review one, and then I reviewed the Ethiopian coffee because I thought that'd be interesting, a bit weird. The one I did have without reviewing, I was like, fuck me, I should have reviewed this. And then when I had the one which I reviewed, I was like, that's fantastic. And then I think I was down with Brett down in Southampton, and we went to the Wild Weather do, and they had the Overdraft in Winchester, in Southampton. There's one in Winchester as well, and they had there on the same night. They had an S43 who I couldn't care for, and an Overtone Tap Takeover, and I was like, okay. As soon as we heard the Wild Weather beer, I was like, okay, let's just go mad on Overtone, because I've had 1 or 2 beers from them. I know they're good, and I went fully mental, and we had a lot of beers. Thoroughly enjoyed ourselves in a bar. Wow, imagine going back to a bar again
Foreign concept.
without having to eat a full meal. And it was just, all the beers are fantastic. Every single beer I had as well, every single can. And I think that's the thing, because for me with Overtone is it doesn't matter what style it is. Okay, there might be a lot of New England IPAs and then some pretty fucking decent stouts, but everything I've had has just been solid. And that's why I swear by them, because I think there's a lot of breweries in the UK that do one style very well and then don't go too far off that. I don't know. Pomona Island's a great example. Even Wander Beyond as well, good example.
Yeah.
Of breweries who do know what they know and do what they do and do it well. Don't do very much else.
Yeah.
And but I think everything I've had from Overtone, I mean, I'm yet to have like a ridiculous barrel-aged barley wine, but go for it. Do it.
Yeah.
But everything I've had has been fantastic. So they've been really good for me so far in the past 2 months, and they're already my brewery of the year.
Wow, brewery of the year. I guess it's one of those funny ones. I mean, funny you mentioned Pomona Island. It's kind of midsummer. I'd have been on the Pomona kind of hype train, but yeah, I've not bought any for a while. Fickle craft beer drinkers that way.
Yeah.
It goes quick. It moves.
By the way, it was Kaylee. I've just checked. I didn't want to say the wrong name. Okay, want to check. Thank you, Kaylee. But yeah, so a couple more comments. Here we go. Special hop crops. Shed fire crop hops. Good evening, Lucy. Thank you for sharing the link on Instagram.
And thank you for the post last night as well.
The terroir of smoke damaged hops. Absolutely. What's absolute piffle? The headquarters in America. All right, fair enough. Brewback Mountain Isle. Terrible, Paul. Come on now. Cheers from Santa Ana, California. Cheers.
Jobby.
I presume that's Jobby. I think they're just saying shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was talking about kind of like the breakfast style. I've had two stouts, which I think Jake's actually got them both. The Wake Up coffee stout.
Yeah.
I've had that. That was decent.
I'm probably going to crack that later. The coffee stout.
That was great.
And Dark Banter, which I've had before. I've got another can.
Banter.
I'm probably gonna drink on Sunday night. Actually, I'm gonna record a review of that. I think that was bang up my street. It's like a true American imperial stout. I mean, I don't think it's massive. I think it was about 10ish. But
it's 11.
Is it 11? Silly drinkable,
Yeah.
loads of body, but that really neutral malt and a lovely roasty malt character. A really neutral yeast character. Yeah. So no fucking cherry. Okay? You're listening to no cherry. I mean, breweries that I love, like Left on the Giant, are prone to that fucking cherry, and I was like, this is what it should taste like.
Well,
you take that as a base and put stuff on it.
Yeah. I'm going to have that as one of my like Christmas Day beers because I just saw that it was like a non-adjunct imperial stout, and that's my favourite type of imperial stout. Yeah, and so I was hoping.
I thought you just wanted it because it's like nearly your name. It's like,
no, I looked
it's
got like ridiculously good like untapped. It's got like ridiculously good untapped scores and stuff. So I was just like, oh, that's going to be a nice one to put away for Christmas. And when I saw it was like no adjuncts or anything like that, I was like, oh, there it is.
That's what.
You're going to get loads of tape and put it over.
When my box got delivered, it was my wife who answered the door, and she was like, took it back at first because she thought it said Overtone on it, and then it was like, oh no, Overtone. So I got some like specialised beer.
Oh, by the way, I've opened a brewery on the sly.
Yeah. We're now homeless.
It probably would be the cost of it.
Well, there you go. Davos saying not impressed with Pomona's Imperial Stouts. I had a coffee stout. It was terrible. I didn't bother with the Imperial.
I had that 667. Was it 667 from them? I can't remember what it was actually called.
Not talking about brewery anyway.
And it wasn't impressed. Was not impressed.
So I'm gonna get the old head trimmer. I'm gonna get on. I love a bit of live.
I love seeing people's
Everybody
photos.
loves this. Everybody bloody loves this.
I love the comments.
If we can get some comments, that's all we want. Right then, screen share. Chrome tab. Boom. Right then. So, I mean, and this is another thing what I'm going to say about Overtone, their ratings on Untapped are really good, and they're not. I mean, call me cynical, but there's some stuff which is a little bit maybe falsely inflated. But I wouldn't say these are at all. So you know all the details on the beer. Stop me if you know anybody. Or
do you want to get rid of that comment, Rob, so we can see the...
Oh, sorry.
No, that's right.
There we go. There's the shitters.
Now I can see the terms and conditions policy.
Jesus Christ, you're never happy, are you? I don't understand that. Nicole M. I mean, maybe I'm just too old. Don't say anything. Anybody want to translate that?
Oh, if only we had the Dutch contingent.
Thomas.
Another delicious New England.
Generic Dutch man.
Tim V. I do like a comment. Come on. Because
I swear you see it less and less nowadays. Oh, what's this one? First trip to the rodeo. Oh.
With these guys, I want to go back. Oh, yes, Ali K. Yeah, absolutely.
Sounds like a chat-up line.
I'm not sure how well that chat-up line would go. Fresh cut grass.
I
could see it. Becks or something.
I could see if it. Well, I get like when some people say like a beer's really sort of like melony. I always get like a bit of a fresh cut grass thing. Like melon for me smells a bit like fresh cut grass. So I could see where it's coming from there.
Like honeydew melon is just completely different to watermelon. Which melon you on about?
Any.
Mark G saying solid Overtone. Losing track of brews now. Sultana hop. Not sure my palate knows. Yeah. Good as all Overtones are. However, this is slightly boozy aftertaste.
Martin, you're wrong.
Sharpness. Well, I don't know about that. I think it's more that malt thing. The honey malt thing.
Yeah, and maybe because it does have that little sort of kick of bitterness.
Yeah,
a lot because like a lot of people are like, I don't know how adverse he is and how long he's been drinking, but some people are only really drinking like soft hazy beers.
Absolutely. Neil L. Belter. Like that. Amazing stuff yet again from Overtone. There you go from John M. Go on, I'll give you some more. Come on, it's very positive though. I mean, it's a 4 overall, which I think is nothing to sniff at.
And they're all recent as well. All recent reviews.
I don't think this is a relatively new beer, I think, as well. Last one in the batch. I haven't heard of all the hops in this one. Well, there you go. Us too. Chris R. But really worked really well. Juicy with a pineapple not being too overwhelming. Yeah, Jaffe, Jake, you mentioned pineapple, didn't you?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Decent again from Overtone. Yeah, well, there you go. It's all very positive in it. I do have this aspiration to be to do a thing where I read kind of like entertaining Untapped comments, but I think I'd just spend fucking ages trying to find them.
Yeah,
I don't think life's too short.
It'd be a lot of editing.
Very tidy, absolutely. Ian C. Come on,
and even the photos safe. Sometimes you get just a weird photo. But all these are pretty sort of safe, good photos.
Got a big comment.
It's got branded glassware too.
Wait, I am. I've got one I nicked from a pub in Leeds.
I'm actually using the Scottish brewery, Campervan Brewery, which I don't know.
They don't really hate them.
Where Overtone based in? They're Glasgow.
Yeah.
Okay, so Campervan's Leaf.
I thought Campervan was that brewery that was actually like based within a Volkswagen campervan that travelled. There was a brewery up in Scotland that used to do it. It might be Campervan that did it before.
There is a connection to a campervan. So I don't know if they did a bit of cuckoo brew and maybe had a little kit or something like that.
There was legit a brewery in Scotland who used to go around and brew in a campervan. Because I looked, that's when I started at Silhill. That job was available. I thought driving around Scotland in a campervan, brewing beer, selling it sounds awesome.
You just crash and get a load of boiling malt.
What? Death by wort is an awful way to go.
Good beer name. Fucking cracking beer name.
Strong. Jesus Christ. A couple of comments that I'm troubling me a little bit. Nice balance. Citrus fueled IPA. Not sure about calling it a New England IPA. I'm not going to use the N word.
You nearly dived into it there.
No.
You went
Nearly did.
I'm
Nearly.
like one beer in, I'm not going to do that. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter so much. Yeah, I agree, Samji. Sedate on the nose, but sweet with malt up front, which then leads to citrus and resinous pine. I know what you're getting at. Touch of bitterness. Sorry, I'm really dry. I'm drinking like a lunatic tonight. Unfinished, nice. But then this one, strong kicks like a mule. Oh yeah. So it said strong kicks like a mule. Then I wanted more flavour though. Still a good effort. So it was strong kick like a mule, but I wanted more flavour.
Yeah, it's a bit of an oxymoron, that one.
Eh? You what, Pud?
Sorry, Pud.
Pud. You what, Pud?
Sorry to break it to you, Pud.
More bitter than some of the recent New England. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm down with that. Lovely trim edge. Well, there you go. Well, there you go.
Always keep it trimmed.
Well,
Don't let it overhang.
good manners, isn't it? At least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I'm drinking water just in case if I don't just keep
Water rails.
lubricated. I've got some more. I spotted some entertaining comments on here. Any Titanic plum porter on the go? No. Jake did. Covered day.
Yeah. I think Rasko and Disco like that video. They love plum porter. They got some stories that I want to hear about it. Maybe later.
Pull out a plum elder. There you go. Always Paul to bring that on turn.
Yeah.
First to be the wit people on first to be the wit people on tap first. I'm probably one of the rare people that do kind reviews and I'm so well there you go. Or somebody we get a different class of commenter on this channel.
Yeah.
Not on my channel.
I'm not casting aspersions, but yeah, you know what I mean. I saw someone on tap that puts his wife's breast in the background of his pictures. I think that's Instagram, isn't it?
Yeah, and as long as she knows, then that's fine. But if he's doing it without her consent, then that's not good.
Just a kind of like in a kind of opportunistic moments. You've got a can on standby.
Yeah. Hold that off. Hold it steady. Hold it.
Pop that there. New England IPA wrecked my palate. Yeah, I think I might agree with you there.
I got bored of it. Definitely.
Yeah, well, you've got a lot of them to drink tonight, so get used to it.
Well, I like when they're good, but I got bored of people having a stab at it.
Paul's home in 2 hours, so anybody who wants to break into his house, you've got 2 hours to get there, to find the middle of nowhere. And he's got a bear trap. Just don't stand in it.
And bears.
Yeah, and bears. Try more of the house for sure. Right, what's that all about? She definitely knows. I get spam dating sites commenting on my videos. That's probably to do with your cookies, Peter. If I'm being honest.
Yeah, that sounds like a cookies problem to me.
You randy old goat.
Yeah.
Well, I finished mine.
Yeah, I'll finish mine as well.
I'd like to be a bit more professional, but I also want my beers to be cold. So my beers are all in the fridge. Yep. So I'm going to go and get a beer. You can't all go at the same time because that's like you didn't pub. Everybody leaves the table. You can lose your table, aren't you? You can't do that. You're going to keep people entertained while I'm not here. So I'm going to do that.
What fine ale are you drinking next?
Well, I'm going to say because Craig's not here yet. Me and you will do the next one. So it'll be the beer formerly known as.
Oh,
so
yes.
if Dan's actually still watching, I've got a suspicion. If this was a beer formerly known as, maybe it was actually called Tribute first time round, which was a massive oversight from the brewery.
No, I don't see why that would be a problem at all.
But it's because of the
a problem.
The blurb on the side of the can makes you lead, which I'll tell you about it in a minute when I get the can. So I'm off at fridge. It's not far. Keep people entertained. Got 13 viewers. Don't lose any.
We'll do our best to.
I've got a nice little.
Exactly. Pull.
Palate cleanser.
Please say it's just whiskey or wort.
No, it's actually Fuller's Vintage Ale, 2020.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Yeah. No, it's Doom Bar. Yeah, it's just it's like having a little bit of Doom Bar between every beer, just to reset me. The ultimate palate
just to remind me of how things could really be.
Yeah. Just to bring me back down to 2020 levels. Just remember, if I have a good beer, I have a bit of Doom Bar, and I'm like, oh, it is 2020 still.
Yeah, but like what Paul says, Tenacious D is a Tenacious D reference.
It is.
Yeah. It's good.
Yeah, the spiel on the side of the can. Beer formerly known as Tribute. Yeah. So yeah, have you done the thing on the side?
No.
This isn't the greatest beer in the world.
It's just Tribute.
It's just a Tribute. So that's why I'm thinking: was it originally called Tribute?
A tribute,
or maybe it was called. Yeah. Why not?
It's not 4%, whatever it is.
So, Jake, you feel free to go and grab what you want, and we'll dip into yours at some point as well. Get your thoughts on what you're having. So this was Tribute. One thing, if people don't know, which I remember, partially because my brother used to go to a rave in the 90s called the Orbit in Ossett. In Ossett? Or was it in Aubrey? Or was it in both? Who used to have round flyers. And they were all quite like that. But I mean, the guy who's the owner of the brewery is very much into his electronic music. Hence, that's why the artwork's like that. Did you know that, Harry? As you are?
I'm so interested now. I'm just so interested.
Bigger fan, I
wow.
T-shirts are nice.
They're not in my sizes though. I want to get the HBC the Wake Up HBC
one,
stout, whatever it's called. I want to get that, but it's not in big lad size.
Oh really?
Unfortunately,
puny man.
It's only a large and medium, not extra large for real people sizes.
So
yeah,
we'll give you the rundown on this one. So it is hops are Calypso, Amarillo, Simcoe, malt, extra pale, wheat, white wheat, oats, golden naked oats,
white wheat's weird.
Max. You what?
Oats and golden naked oats. More oats.
Just all the oats, and the London Ale Free, the obligatory London Ale Free. So let's get this one open.
You've got to do a double oat IPA.
So which was actually interesting in the last one. It was a house blend, wasn't it? So then they're not just sort of using the same yeasts either, which is interesting.
I don't. Well, that's what I noticed last time. They do switch up quite often. So this one is 7, going a little bit lower. In the baby. So colour wise,
imagine drinking Overtone. Imagine drinking Overtone at a rave as well.
Maybe we can get in on that market.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with
red stripe.
My lighting is not the best from this side of the camera. I'm going to go a bit paler, a bit peachier.
Yeah, fractionally. Yeah. I still say it's kind of like a golden orange colour, but it's fractionally lighter.
Yeah. The SRM, it's different. It's a completely different number. You're going to get technical. I can't even remember what SRM numbers are. So I can't even falsify one.
There's another scale as well, apart from SRM.
Oh, is there?
That was cool.
Not very in that one. Lovely creamy white head, isn't it? Oh yes.
What Pantone colour is this?
Pantone.
What RAL?
I've not looked at Pantone swatch for a while, since March. I'm Pantoneless, swatchless. So she'll get a sniff.
Schmoz.
Peachy.
Yeah. Again,
peachy.
Got a nice bit of kind of like dryness in it.
Yep.
Piney.
Bit more floral for me.
Yeah.
Bit more grape. Bit more elderflower.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean the other one had a dark, it had a kind of like a darker quality to it. This feels lighter in a lot of ways.
Yeah, it's still sweet like the previous was.
I'm gonna say a crack of white pepper, a pinch of white pepper, maybe slightly peppery on those. Oh, big time! Now it's in your head. Maybe I've just spilt some pepper in my glass now.
Just turned it into a saison.
Pepper IPA. I remember that a terrible pepper beer in like Sainsbury's one year.
Northern Monk did one. They did a pear and black pepper beer years ago.
No,
yeah, that could get in the sea.
No, thanks.
Anyway, dive in.
But yeah, let's go for it. Cheers.
Cheers.
Yep.
Wow.
Lovely. I think it's a little bit.
I'm getting that.
Still got a little bit of something to grab onto.
I'm getting that kind of prickly, peppery, piney bitterness on the back end. Like you
that's good alliteration.
Yeah,
prickly, piney.
Prickly, peppery, piney.
That's good.
Yeah, it is. On this, I'm definitely going to go on the maybe white grape, maybe a hint of grapefruit. But I can't get away from that pepper. Definitely got a bit of white pepper. It's really. I think this is a bit more thirst quenching. Doesn't have the. I think the other one was quite a lot more sweeter, a bit more resinous.
Yeah.
A lot more light.
Yeah, this is. I think for me, like you say, is grapefruity. I'm getting like orange zestiness. I think this is possibly a little bit more bitter, but then
really
lacks on. I think is well, it might be less bitter, but then dry. It just doesn't. It definitely more dry, but it kind of just doesn't have that sweetness there, which was in the Hedge sugar. I don't know. I prefer this personally. I think it also has less poke on the ABV as well. Because I think the previous was, despite only being 0.5 more, it was definitely more noticeable ABV and more warmth, I think, than this is. At the same time, there's no real warmth between the two beers.
No. I think is it that perceived kind of strength because he just had a bit more malty oomph to it.
Yeah.
I'm firing the malt. I mean, it was obviously that so that was extra. So it was Golden Promise, wheat, oats, honey malt, and this is extra pale.
Yeah.
Which I often think beers with a lot of extra pale have that a bit more of a. When you get uber pale, low ABV beers on cask, which are a little bit. They're always super pale, and they don't have a background of. I think that's what's happening in this because there's less kind of like characterful malt, so therefore the hops are getting a little bit more rasping, I guess.
Yeah.
So a extra pale, then it's all about wheat. So you're going uber pale, I guess, and then you're just like backing it all up with load of wheat and oats to fill it out, but not to impart too much kind of malt character.
I want to think on this as well. I think knowing how extra pale looks as well, after using fuck tons of it in my life, that I think that this has been coloured a little bit by the golden naked oats. I think they've definitely added a little bit of like orangey kind of golden colour to it, because normally extra pale to me would just pour something that's very, very pale, almost whitey kind of colour.
Yeah. Brewery got
I suppose the oats would add. Oh yeah. In my head, Sill Hill.
Well, obviously.
But yeah.
But maybe it gives a cleaner, less malt forward. And if the honey malt was adding what we perceived it was into the previous one, then that was definitely playing a major role in it, actually.
Yeah.
But yeah,
No, I
once
definitely
again,
think so.
ruinously drinkable, 7%.
Yeah.
It's going to be an interesting evening by the end of this.
That's what I love about them all. It's just they're all good sessionable strengths, and then they're just so destroyable at the same time.
Yeah, even the one that I had the other night, and I've got another can of it. What is it? Ouija. And
Ouija.
And that's
Ouija bastard.
That's 5.5, and it says it's a session beer on the back, which is 5.5 is quite strong for a session beer.
It's
I'm happy about
session, Jake. It's a session.
Yeah. It's a session. Yeah, exactly.
This is session.
There you go. My issue with the concept of session.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to quickly jump into comments.
I want my session to be 4 hours long.
We're Tenacious D. There you go. It's just tribute. Jolly God believe it. It's Brewers here. It's a matter of opinion.
Matter of opinion. I'll play it on the guitar later.
I used to have a Tenacious D t-shirt, which was like a rip-off of, do you know Obey? The Obey brand?
Yeah.
Two little guys. So like JB and CJ, Cal Glass, CJ. And but I remember my mate picked it up from their gig in Ireland. But one of the bits of merch that you could get from the gig was like a wank rag. It was a towel with like unicorns on it and stuff. But it was a wank rag. That's what I think they sold it as.
They do their demographic
merch. Oh, damn right. Sadly, I think he got himself one. Didn't get me one. That'd be weird.
Here is a gift.
I've got
wank rag.
I have my sock. I've got a brand new wank rag.
Oh, okay, so we've got Davos saying I had a few interesting beers today. Temple Brewhouse collab with Hofton Darmel. That's my pronunciation. Tempelhof Imperial Oatmeal Stout 11.2. Not messing around. I've heard of Hofton Darmel, but I've not heard of the Temple Brewhouse. But Swedish, right?
I think they're Swedish.
I think they're Swedish.
Oh yeah,
true. There you go. So, Jake, what have you got on then, young man?
I cracked open. I thought I'd go, as we're going Uber Pale tonight, I thought I'd crack open the Wake Up, which is the coffee stout. What do they call it? Doesn't sound it, but I mean it's 7.5%, and it is absolutely banging. It's proper like dry roast coffee. And you can almost think that they've just got that flavour through the malts. It's not like so overpowering. It doesn't taste like sort of synthetic coffee or like coffee that you'd find in like chocolate bars or something like that. It's really quite good. I was like, while you were doing your review, I was like, oh, do I have time just to do a quick review? Because
no.
So
we having none of that bullshit on my people disappear for like fucking 25 minutes.
But no, it's really good. It's I can't quite explain it. It's just got that real sort of like dry coffee roastiness, and it just works. I mean, it's the malts in there. It's Marisota, chocolate malt, coffee malt, oats, roasted barley, carafa free, and then also a different yeast again. It's got Edinburgh yeast as well. So it's
Northern yeast.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's not like thick. Yeah, it's not like thick and gloopy. It's not like Imperial Stout levels. It is still only 7.5%, but it's still down drinkable.
Yeah,
you've opted for a very small glass.
Well, I found this. I sort of discovered these again today, which are my Beavertown Extravaganza glasses, and I was like, oh my god, I just want to use that again. They're so cute. So I thought I'd just break it out for this because I want to. This is going to be like my side beer. I'm going to let it warm up because it's been in the fridge. So I've had a little pour, and I'm going to keep sort of letting it warm up as we go in between beers.
Right. So let's have. But yeah, I really enjoyed that. Have you, Harry? Did you? Because I know you picked up the stout pack a while back, didn't you? Have you?
Yes. Yeah. I've got another one coming, but it's currently in Swindon somewhere. Yeah. Thanks, APC. They've been terrible today. They came round to the brewery earlier, and they were like, "You come here every single day. You should know where to collect from." He doesn't know where to collect from. Came to the brewery and like, I'm racking, mate. what am I supposed to do? Anyway, he went off to the office eventually. But yes, APC have my.
I
my
found
stout
APC
back,
one of the
I'm
best.
So angry about it.
You've got to be
They
in
were
there.
until
You're not in,
lockdown.
you're fucked.
We're in.
I think
We
since
do
lockdown, I
about
think they're-
15. Lockdown have been. Because we're in the middle of nowhere. They're kind of just like, we might come to you. We might come and collect your stuff that we've ordered. We might not. I just chill.
I like to know the name
yeah.
of the driver when he's on his way.
I wish.
Darren,
Wish I
your
could.
driver will be with you between 11:43 and 1:43.
I'd actually like to know his name and full address, and like to know why he doesn't appear at the brewery when he's supposed to. then I can hunt him down and find out why. Hi, Craig.
Hey, it's Craig. Look at him. Hey, look at Craig.
How's it going?
Right. Let's make him feel insecure. Oh, hey, it's Craig. Craig's here. Da, 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 da. There you go, Craig. That's what you've been waiting for. Live viewers are going to go.
Everybody's favourite characters now here. They're
Down.
Just in time for a bit of Untapped.
Oh dear.
Overtone. You started this, so
Jake Sales.
So it's your fucking responsibility.
Well, it was. Yeah.
Yeah, but you can never get on it, so now I've got to do it.
No, I've got dial-up. So.
Right then, you can say that, can't you?
Yeah.
So this one, 3.88. I think it's a bit tight. That. A staff and customer favourite tribute being brewed since June 2000.
They must have known that about the sent off from here. They had
there you go. Well, however, a brewery in England has been called tribute to. Oh well, they called in the law, so we had to change the name. No hard feelings. Same breweries before. A few little changes back in October 2020. When cheap sunglasses sitting by a lake, stoking up the barbecue, listening to some Freebird, enjoying the sun and crazy hot weather. Then it all fade away with proper American hop juice, the way New Englander would be wicked good. Well, there you go. I appreciate their gusto for going for tribute, but ill-conceived. Excuse me. Come on then. So who's got a nice comment for us? Blurry photo.
Give us a
blurry photo. Terrible blurry photo. Russell C.
Hypnotic, that one.
Shame on you, Russell C. From Monkhill, Carlisle, Cumbria. We got it from the beer hall.
Nice.
Hall. I wonder if that's one of Greg's.
One of Greg's mates.
Local, yeah. Come on, give us a comment. Smooth and happy. I wouldn't call it smooth.
Smooth. It's not smooth. Definitely not smooth.
It's got an assertive character, if you can ask me. Juicy floral, I'll go with that. Some citrus bitterness.
It's never smell.
I'd go. My advice to that person would be get rid of the Y's and just think a bit more. It's citrus bitterness. You don't need citrusy bitterness. Stephen B. Just saying. They Overtone yet to produce a bad beer, and this was no exception. Very nice. Beats. That's a good name for a shop.
Oh, you just scrolled past a massive comment.
Oh, did I?
Yeah. Where was that?
No.
Oh no. Maybe it's a bit. Maybe it's a bit further down. Maybe you. There was like a nice little paragraph I saw from somebody. Oh, there it is. There it is.
Ridiculously, a beer had to change name because of another beer. That happens all the time. It's copyright.
Yeah, and especially like Tribute is like their biggest beer.
Yellow belly.
Probably a safe bet. Wasn't as tasty as this, though. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that would be massively disappointing if you were. Vice versa, really. If you went to the supermarket and bought a set off the Tribute, which I think is a decent beer, what are you laughing at?
You just get mixed up between Tribute and this. Like it looks so similar. Oh, I think I mixed up. Bought the wrong one. Damn.
Yeah. Or someone's orders it goes. That's a bit fucking hazy.
Say not so base in Glasgow.
This Bandage E. because he's got a Brown Ale and Co. Leeds bar. Smooth
Tier
as
3.
kick. Smooth for kick-ass strength. Chris. Do you want to see? From the wee beer shop.
Scottish. Yeah, I just saw that.
I think it's either
That's a good
Scottish
name.
or as an odd urine-based connection.
It's they're definitely based
They're
local to
52.
Overtone, our
They're
wee
52.
beer shop, because I saw them dropping off them last week.
Oh, Gitso D. Well, like you can suck a big one. Hard to get excited about this one. A little bit bland across the board. First Overtone beer I've had. Wasn't impressed me. Laws of averages. Always gonna happen. You fucking bellend, Gitso D. Yeah,
I'm taking it personally.
Yeah, I'm taking
Do
it
you reckon
personally.
he's the sort of person who makes something that turns the brewery into the 3.425 out of
Yeah.
5 brewery?
Yeah. He's one of those horrible people.
Just
Far better than Tribune. There you go. Nothing like a flat watered down dishwater. One of my favourite New England IPAs. Decent.
Jonathan Ross.
Decent from Nathan Day. Decent, mate.
Decent. That's Nathan Dorr. He's very good at his music.
Sometimes you just want a beer to be a beer. This was a cracking beer. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm on
She's
board
there,
with Mark
Mark.
C. Mark C. In the place to be.
Weymouth.
Trying to spit me beer all over the computer. Clean and fresh, very drinkable. One thing my favourite thing I've ever picked up on doing this nonsense is a comment which was very splashy, which I will always mention during these things. Whip crack went his whippet tail. The beast was done. Could have gone for it a bit more, Jake.
Yeah, but no, not when I've got 2 sleeping children in the house.
Yeah, that now.
Just make them not sleeping.
Yeah.
Yeah, lovely stuff. Let's have a quick look at the what Jake's one. What's it called? Wake up.
Wake up.
Let's have a quick look, and then we'll get Craig in, and I'll go and get Yaldi. Good timing.
Oh, what a beer.
Actually, we'll get to Gitso first. You fucking bell and Cornish bell. Still pretty clean, lovely hot burn show. Oh no, it's an Overtone beer. I like that one. That's gonna be our last beer tonight. Is Chur Cuz. Wow, that's a chunky bugger, isn't it? Dirty glass.
We can't see us scrolling.
Photo.
Love to see.
Yeah.
Be nice.
North Star. Oh, absolute ledge. Posting 4 of these down. Oh, the absolute fucking ledge.
I can't see it, Rob.
Sorry, Git.
I can't see it.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
No, it's not scrolling for some reason.
Oh no, because I'm on the wrong one, aren't I? I won't wake up. Sorry. You can keep the Gitzo rant for later then.
Yeah.
So 3.93. There you go.
Yeah.
It's worth
Yours.
more.
Colombian Belter coffee, roasted, fresh. Glasgow steamed coffee
Bella.
roasters, co brewed right in the fermenter.
Colombian Belter sounds like it's a different sort of powder, not not coffee.
That's
Maradona
it.
style
Looks like an
one.
artistic photograph.
Jeez.
It's nice, beefy. Come on, give us some good comments. Oh, what we got here? It's a bit thinner.
A little bit
The
thinner
price
for the
point.
price point. I've never equated cost and thickness of beer.
Viscosity and price.
Wow. That's amazing.
But he
Roasted
purchases somewhere called Rehills of Jesmond.
Yeah, I know Reals of Jasmine. It's in Newcastle.
Is it? Oh,
Yeah.
sounds further north.
Roasted to fuck, I'd agree with, but a little bit
Roasted
thin
to
for the
fuck.
price point. It
That's
is real
funny.
roasty coffee. That's definitely
Yeah,
the big
it's good.
component of it.
Yeah, decent roasting featuring just Elba.
I call them eyes and elbows.
You fucking what?
It just sounds a bit like it. Eyes and elbows.
No, we don't.
Idris Elba.
No, don't. Dirty glass.
It's just the way my mind works, I think.
No, but, oh,
Get so
D's back again.
Oh,
Proper
he's saying
Roadhouse's coffee.
he's talking some sense now.
Oh, okay. I won't destroy him on my live
He's
YouTube and shit.
Drank a couple more Overtone. Knows what he's talking about now.
Yeah.
Okay? Get back in your box.
He's clearly a bit insecure about his Cladwater glassware though.
But it's funny though because you can turn it so you don't see the back and all the shit on the back, and you don't see the logo either.
Yeah,
so,
like on the side.
Yeah, just do it on the side.
Just a hint. Probably start massive roasty.
Stout Life glass.
Oh, we've got to do
Stout
like a
Life
remix of like Park Life, but by Stout Life.
Anything else? Come on, give us another comment. Oh, blimey. I presume that's someone. Oh, much beer. Maybe that's in China. Sleep, please. Maybe I should shotgun it.
Yep. Do.
But I really enjoyed it. Smooth and rich coffee. Good start to out and rugby time. There we go. Well and truly stout season. Really rich, roasty and earthy coffee propped by a solid malt base. I think, is that my mate Charles?
Charles?
It is.
My mate Charles. Hey.
He's not your friend.
What great insight. No, because this is not on my actual thing.
Why not?
Of course it's not, because I can't remember the password. I can't be asked going through all that malarkey. Where's Charles gone? I wanted to...
Scroll down. You're way above it at the moment.
There we go. What did he get? Oh, there you 4.25. There you go. There's the definitive opinion. Even more than Jake's. There you go. Somebody who knows what
Don't
talking
listen
about.
to Jake.
Yeah. No, don't listen to me. I never say that. Everyone listen to me.
So I'm off to get me Yaldi, or as you lads call it, Yaldi.
Yeah.
Yaldi.
Yeah. Yaldi partner.
Yaldi.
The Southern State beer.
Yeah.
Yaldi was awesome.
Yaldi.
Yaldi.
Yeah.
Yaldi.
Yaldi.
Have you had
You've had it
before, Craig? Oh, we just literally asked the same question.
I've only had one beer from these guys before, so it'd be interesting. It sounds really good. It's got some interesting ingredients. Well,
Not talking then. While we're going to
expect a bit of mouthfeel on this. What I've read.
Yes, so as Craig is here now, and he clearly needs a drink in his glass, we've got Harry. Jake's already. I'm sure Jake or Harry, if you want to go and grab another one, feel free. As is a slightly harder one to read on camera. The Yaldi New England IPA, 6.6. Sorry, I'm coughing like a lunatic. It's not COVID. It's dry. Scott and I ain't spoken. I've hardly spoken to anybody this week. Now I've made this decision. Yaldi, a Scottish slang interjection expressing excitement or joy. Yaldi, oh, you fucking Yaldi. It's an oat cream IPA, which they do. They do the oat cream IPA.
Yes.
It's the other half. Popularise that. We'll get onto that in a bit.
Yeah, they did.
That is bursting with tropical flavours with a smooth, creamy mouthfeel. Hops, mosaic, cashmere, Idaho 7, Sabro, boom.
Sabro, yeah.
Extra pale,
It's full of Sabro.
flaked oats, malted wheat, and Vienna. Nice little. Oh, and this time, Vermont ale yeast and lactose. Third beer, different yeast again. I find that fascinating. So this was the same range that Oof was in and Big Yin. I think there's one more, which is I can't remember the name of. But yes, so I mean, because Craig managed to get this locally to him, and a couple more, and I was struggling to find this apart from a shop online in London, and I went to a shop local to me, and he just had one kind of tucked, I mean, in fridges, not that bit there. There's often a bit of a central bit.
Yeah.
Doors open. He was kind of tucked behind there, just one solitary can.
Like the bezel of the door.
So I was happy to find it. So
this is like
this one, really pale. What you get, Craig?
Yours looks like opaque compared to Rob's.
No, it smelled. The room is just literally, well, it's full of pops anyway. Pops. But yeah, yeah, this is wow.
Yours does look quite opaque in comparison to mine.
Yeah, maybe the light.
Maybe you pulled more of it out than me.
Maybe the light.
But a lot paler than the last. I mean, we've got the steady step down.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, this is paler.
God,
And
does look
once again, condition looks great. I mean, heads on. They've always a lovely creamy head on it.
looks a bit tight. Looks good.
Aroma then, shall we?
All right.
Ooh. It's got this one. First thing that I'm getting is like a real zippy citrus. It's shaken. I mean, Craig might be slightly too young, but shake and vac.
Yeah.
Shake and vac.
Get the freshness back.
Lemon and lime sherbety.
Yeah, I'm too young.
That's not what shake and vac is. It was something that you sprinkle on your carpet and then you made your carpet smell
That's
nice.
what I remember.
Yeah.
But it's those kind of like sometimes it's like washing powder, I guess. But a lot of people might say.
Yeah. I'm getting lots of
citrus.
I'm getting lots of creamy cereal notes. It's definitely cereal-esque.
A Kellogg's brand, but not a shop bought brand.
Just kind of underlying one. Yeah, just kind
Full
of
price. Full price.
Waitrose one.
Yeah. It smells. I mean, it's all very nothing jumping out at you. It's all very well rounded, almost for an aroma. It's not. It smells good.
Yeah. Yeah, I was expecting a little bit more softness and smoothness from the oat cream.
Smells good. I'm
Sorry,
intrigued.
replying to Rory.
Oh, right, okay.
They like their sort of like oat cream beers, haven't they? They've done a few.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the beer I had. I had one in March or April. It was in a Beer 52 box, bizarrely. They probably
we saw that. We might have saw that when we were going through Untapped. It said they got it from Beer 52.
Oh, well, that's the first time I heard of them, and I think it was Amarillo something pale or something. I've reviewed it. It's way back when, and I was quite impressed with that. I was like, wow, if that's a pale ale, then let's get on to the big shit.
See, this is it. I didn't try anything ages ago when I first saw them knocking around online, and Trembling Madness got a few in. I know Simon's reviewed quite a few. I think he got sent some. Didn't pay for it. I jest. It's true. I do jest. I'll pop something up in a minute. But yes, from one thing I've kind of been led to believe, I think they've really gathered momentum and they're just getting better and better. I mean, a new brewery, and I mean, from what I understand, the head brewer hasn't worked at any kind of like. There's a little bit of nepotism in the kind of like brewing scene. It's like, oh, you go and work here, you go and work there, go work here. So I think he studied in the UK, in Oxford, I think. Doing his kind of brewing qualifications. But he's an American. He's the guy who was the brewer. Dan, who was on earlier. And but then I think he ended up working at maybe I think they mentioned like brew pubs or they said micro pubs. I don't know. I think the terminology was messy from the people on the from the hosts on the podcast. But I think he probably worked at quite small scale kind of breweries, and then I think he did a bit of he worked at a few breweries around Scotland trying to get a bit more experience. But I think this is his first kind of big gig, really, and I'm massively impressed. I mean, if somebody who's not got and pretty much is like self-taught from what I understand from the podcast. He wasn't the guest on it, but I mean people speaking on his behalf. So he's not got like this. He wasn't working at New Belgium and stuff in the past. So I'm really impressed that he's knocking out beers of this quality.
Yeah, and it is.
But I think a bit of money's been put into this place, and I think they're taking it seriously. I think they've got a decent amount of capacity as well, from photographs I've seen.
Yeah, well, I think it goes to show their experimental stuff with just the changing of yeast, because you just don't see that on the back of cans where they change yeast that readily. Because yeast brings with it all its own different problems that you got to account for when you're brewing and everything, doesn't it? Oh, you guys got to drink your beer, haven't you?
Yeah, Craig's Cheers.
Just waffling on, and Craig's like, "Fucking, I just want to drink."
I drink it.
Oh, that's lovely.
It's a great beer. That was my favourite beer I've had from Overtone.
Well, this
was Yaldi.
Yaldi.
Yeah, it was one of my early ones. I had it when I was down with Brett. I had it for the first time when I was down with Brett. It was like the second or third beer I had when I was down there. Loved it, and then when I grabbed another can when I was there, loved it again, and then got a can from the brewery and loved it again. I just can't get enough of it, and now it's sold out.
When was yours packaged, Rob?
Sorry, when was my packaged?
Yeah.
I'm careful. I'm being careful not to wrong beer. I think it's got a price on it.
I think mine's not.
I think it's the same batch. I think I've only done this one once.
Ooh.
Best before.
Yeah.
It's not going to canned on. Best before 29/01/21.
Oh, yeah, mine's old.
Safi? Why? When's your best before?
Well, it was packaged on the 18th of August, 2020.
Oh, right. Well, yours is older than I can imagine.
But saying that, you wouldn't think it. It's not what I was just curious.
Yeah, if it's been in the fridge the whole time, it doesn't matter. Really.
I mean, a shout out to the local place where I got it, the pub. It's actually called. There's a micro pub called the Pub in Broadstairs. Generally, I've not actually been in there. Can you believe it's been open like a year and a half? But I went on. They got like an online shop thing. You can get their cask beers, and they got a load of cans and stuff. And I saw they had 3 of these Overtone beers on there. But yeah, that kind of worked well into this. So
yeah, absolutely.
I've got free delivery to my house.
I think mine was probably same batch as Oof from the Big Yin that I've still got Big Yin, which I'm probably going to have. Excuse me. I was going to have last night, but then decided not to drink it last night. But I'm going to do a review of that.
Yeah, Big Yin is their highest rated beer on Untappd.
It is, yeah.
If
Adam says, sorry, Miss Chippy was late.
Well, nothing worse than cold shit.
So this is the point where Jamie Cassidy says the other one in the Lost in Translation, which is this range, is nah, you didn't.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Correct.
Cheers, Warwick. And Craig, you need to do a micro pub date in Broadstairs when we can. Yeah, well, I want to do this. I want to come down and do it. All that
Broadstairs has got a few micro pubs as well. It's got
there's quite a lot. Yeah. I mean, you've got the 4 Candles. We've gone before that one before, but yeah, exactly called that.
While you talk about this, I'm off for use conveniences.
There's a few yards for it. But
I'd love to do a tier 3 pub crawl. Very nice.
What, where you just walk around and look at them from the outside and then go home?
Yeah, we've been told we're in tier 1 from a fortnight. That's what I've heard.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, there we go.
Yeah, so it's all bollocks.
It's all bollocks because
It's all
I
bollocks.
still do what I want to do, which is not very much socially. Just go to the shops, come home,
Yeah, but
drink beer.
Broadstairs is good for a beer. It really is. I haven't been for ages. Obviously, not been before this year. I haven't been for a long time.
I used to go to the folk festival quite a lot.
Folk week,
Yeah. That was
September
always good.
Or August normally.
Yeah. I always remember it being slightly warmer, so maybe like August sort of thing.
Yeah,
But
yeah. I go in the afternoon because you get too many idiots at night, especially at weekends. It's just fights.
yeah, we used to go during the day.
All that. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, Yard of Vale, Mind the Gap, your chapel, and there's another one as well, but I can't remember what it's called. A lot of them I've not been in. 39 Steps is closed down. 38,
Yeah.
whatever it is.
So, Craig, I think we haven't really got into the flavours all that much. So, for me,
Yeah, been in.
I've got a bit of upside down pineapple cake.
Okay.
Pineapple upside down cake. That'd be right. That'd be the right terminology. Because if not, it'd be a cake that you just put upside down.
Yeah, I'm getting pineapple's probably the predominant flavour, but not by much.
There is a sprinkling of this kind of like lemon and lime knocking around, I'd say, as well.
Mm-hmm.
It does have a salt.
That's what I got.
It does have that. I mean, because it's this oat cream IPA. It's not when you think of like lactose heavy beers at all.
It's not
adding something that is, for me. See, I love cream soda. It's got a hint of cream soda. It's got a bit of kind of vanilla cake. Madeira cake, Craig. Yeah. I've gone to vanilla cake now because I know Craig's all like,
yeah. That's what I was told.
Did you know that kind of like just a really kind of simple vanilla flavored cake? It's got a little bit of that. Maybe one wants to be slightly overbaked. It's got a bit on the edges. It's got a bit dry.
It is very dry. I'm getting quite a drying kind of feel to it towards the back end. It's definitely don't know. It's leaving a residual flavour on the palate. It's quite dry.
A bit of that. Interestingly though, because like obviously we've had two, we tasted two before this. This is the least dry of the three.
Yeah, definitely is.
All right, there you
but
go.
Still not sweet, which I think is great. I think a real achievement for if you're going for that kind of. Because this could go massively wrong. Those other half ones, what I've had though, the kind of oat cream ones, have all been like fucking like 12, like 11%. So they really ramp up the sweetness, and it can kind of like it can handle it. But when you're looking at around 6.6, you got to be sensible, because if not, you're just going to end up with this horrible milkshake IPA, kind of like horribleness, aren't you? You don't want that.
It's not overly kind of what I call creamy, not overly. Oh no!
you gotta bring in all that kind of like business. We went to turn up and all that.
I'm getting
wordplay.
Some other tones,
though. Now we're starting. Come on now.
Fun again.
It's all right. The body of the beer for the ABV, it's crazy. You're not getting obviously the ABV, which you don't in these beers anyway. But
they're really packing the flavour.
Ridiculously drinkable. Yeah, it's like a medium body, 6.6.
Yeah.
Really. Yeah, super drinkable. Dangerous if you're in a pub somewhere, or a microwave if you were in a pub, if you're in Cornwall. That kind of thing, you can get in trouble with this. Like probably most of it. So
Do Overtone have a tap room? Or have they
Don't
not?
think so. I
They
actually
will now.
They should.
It's here.
It's in my house.
don't think they do.
It's an impressive
But
beer.
I remember James mentioned. James has
He's a
does
native.
quite a few reviews. This Rampant Lion, he's done a fair few reviews. A fellow Scotchman. He's done some reviews of the. And I went on James's reviews to try and get some like a potted history, but yeah, much to say, to be honest. No, but I think that's the thing with brewing. I think they are a bit of a new thing for a lot of people. A lot of people involved. I think it is quite a new thing.
Yeah, I only saw him I only heard about him this year at the sort of like start to mid.
Really?
This year, yeah.
I've definitely heard about him last year.
Yeah, so it's
Trembling
So
man
see-
gets everything.
If you're the biggest, piniest pine boy around, that's your beer.
But hang on. What was that then?
Hello. Big Sur. Big Sur. So I've had this. I got this about 2-3 weeks back, direct from brewery, of course. But it's piney Simcoe. It's got Columbus Zythos Centennial Simcoe Cascade in it for hops.
Zythos.
Oh, right.
Zythos. Well, it's CTZ. So well, it
Oh, right.
doesn't
Is that a
have the T in it.
CTZ? Tomahawk.
So CTZ is
Columbus.
Columbus, Tomahawk, and Zeus. So this is more like Columbus and Zythos. And the Centennial Simcoe Cascade. Malt's Extra Pale, Carrot Gold, Vienna. Pretty kind of, it's proper solid West Coast IPA. California Ale has use as well.
Oh, right. Yeah, I
It's,
think when I heard that. This what me and Craig's drinking's got Vienna in it, and this is uber pale. You often think Vienna's going to give you a little bit of.
This almost poured clear when first time I poured it. It's much clearer than the other two beers, as you can tell. But it's nice enough. Proper West Coast.
Yeah, I'm just going to pop the not that one. I don't want that one. I want the stop screen share because I want to put on a different tab. There we go. And put the actual brewery website on. I'm just going to point out all beers consumed on this stream have been paid from our badly paid pocket. But it's one thing I just want to show people kind of like what's going on, and just make a point of they're fucking really well priced.
Yeah,
I mean, New England. This is new, and I've got kind of that 6.9, £4.80. Postage is £4.99. It comes next day. I'm not just blowing smoke up their arse. I mean, I like their beer, and the surface is good, and the prices are good. So I mean, the range is pretty
and if you spend over £35, it's free delivery.
Yeah.
So it's pretty good.
I keep forgetting that kind of thing, and be like £2 off and don't realise. And they do So they do 4-packs of kind of like the kind of more that's a sessionable stuff. I think that's 6.
Yeah, because I really wanted to try the coffee IPA that Harry had, but it was only in a 4-pack, and I didn't. I really wanted to try it, but I didn't particularly want 4 of them. But if they ever
they are doing.
Peter has 4. Pester him for 2.
Yeah, just send me him in the post, Peter.
They are doing some of the older fruit goes as well, which I'm curious about. But thing is, it's just not beers that I go straight away for, so I haven't bothered so far.
Yeah, I didn't pick up any of their sours. Funnily enough, I've sort of I don't know.
It's that T-shirt there, that one there. I want
nice
that T-shirt there. That's
T-shirt.
the one I want.
It's a beautiful
That's
T-shirt.
the one I want. It's not in big lad style.
You have to go.
Sold out, mate. Sold out.
Massive.
Sold out.
Yeah.
I know. I'm just going extra baggy 1990s hip hop style.
Just have it really tight. Fucking like show off the brewing gun.
Those t-shirts.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I like the t-shirts. I think they're great. I mean, not.
I can't
Oof.
move.
Look at that one. Oh, look at that bugger. So nice. I like them. It's kind of like a slick. It's like an oil slick. on a bit of water. They like it. But I think that, there you go, tribute. Before my name was. That's a nice T-shirt. Put it in your size, Harry. 15 notes.
Ooh.
But yeah, no, I think that's a great one as well.
I bought a beanie though. Got a beanie.
Oh, did you?
Because that's what I've been wearing all day. Yeah, I've been wearing one all day.
Do you know what I love as well? They've not done a stemless glass.
Yeah.
A pint glass and a pretty run-of-the-mill glass, which I'm not loving the stemware, but at least they've not done a stemless kind of like tumbler.
Like the 4 I've got around me at the moment.
Yeah, the black T-shirt looks good.
Yeah, no, I think they're great.
Yeah.
Nice merch, mate. It's back into the old comments. Rasco and Disco. So Rasco's drinking George Milk Stout by Mad Yank. It's a bit of an iffy name for a brewery.
I've had a couple of Mad Yanks before.
Adam's going to have one of the sours from Overtone. It's a blueberry and pomegranate. With his chippy tea. Chippy fucking tea, mate.
Chippy tea, I stole it off my mate.
Mate.
I took my mate Stanley round to his house.
Brewery pub call in 2020 when things go back to somewhat normalcy. Absolutely. Let's get back over here, matey. Absolutely. It will happen. Finally, there's 2 X. Yeah, but you're a big old boy. There you go. Clothes must be black. Absolutely. But yeah, so I think this is an absolute corker. They're all New England IPAs and all very different to each other.
Drink easily. It's like
I love it. It's my thing. I mean, I like IPA, but I like the breadth of style. I like the nuance within it. I hate when people just I'll taste same, doesn't it?
But it's not too harsh though. That's the thing I like about it. It should be. It shouldn't be really, but it's really not harsh at all. It's very kind of like light and fluffy. It reminds me not reminds me because I don't know if it exists, but like a pineapple meringue. It's got that kind.
I like it. I like your meringue. Yeah, meringue, big time.
It's quite fluffy.
Big time. Nice ones from Marks and Spencer's as well.
There you go.
Where they're a little bit chewy in the middle, where they're a little bit soft, not just all chalk, not just all cheap chalk.
Oh yeah. I like it. I'm liking it.
Yeah, it's definitely got that.
By the way, what's this shining example of what we haven't finished yet? We haven't finished yet. We've got one more. Well, me and Jake are going to do another one, and then Craig and Harry can do as they please as well. So we'll get on to that. 47. I tried commenting on real ale craft beers. Well, Warwick,
there's a lot
he's
of
significantly more popular than us, so but thanks for joining in. Feel free to comment as much as you want. I would guarantee to read out all your comments as long as within reason. I mean, Paul's going to probably say something a lot more offensive anyway, so go for it.
Yeah,
but it's full, so it's fine.
Especially all the super chats.
Just the super chats.
Yeah.
Well, time is very popular. It is what it is, isn't it? Really.
Are we selling any T-shirts tonight?
Well, you can buy mine if you want. I'll sell it.
Do you want to buy me a T-shirt? I'll sell it for £10.
I won't wash it beforehand. You get my musk.
Yeah, it's not about the money.
Do you want to buy me an empty can of beer?
It's not about the.
It once held beer.
Right then. Well, I'm off to have a rinse, get more water, which is good because I've got to keep lubricating. I know I won't end up as quite as drunk.
You got to.
But the downside, pissing like a racehorse. So, entertain the people while I go and get me pick out.
Oh, wait, entertain the people. Okay.
Oh, that's what we wanted. No, go on, Jake. Do it.
No,
bring this channel down.
Entertain.
Bring it
Take
down.
this channel down. Come on, Jake. Copyright this channel
No.
in one video.
Maybe on Adam. Or on Adam, they'll bust it out.
Yeah, this is
I'll do
really
that.
interesting. Have you had that one, Jake? I know.
I haven't had that one. No, I saw it about, but it was. I thought that was one of the ones I was going to be able to get when I first looked to get an Overtone beers. But then my local place was all sold out, so I had to get get them all from the source.
Yeah, no, I saw it like earlier in the week, and I was like, it was really quite. I was like, wow, okay. And there was one left of that, and there was like a few left of the others, but I can't remember what the other two are.
No. I better go get my.
Yeah, you go get yours.
I'll go and get another one in a minute. I'll just finish this off.
This is a new one. I'll wait until Jay gets back.
Very nice. This is.
It is, isn't it? It's lovely. You don't rush it, Craig. I mean, get another glass.
No, I'm not. It's just going down. Right?
It is. It does, doesn't it? There we go. Paul, that was your first mistake, Warwick. Like you need to try something from Overtone. Absolutely, yeah. If you can do, I mean, if you're into New England style IPA, I think you'd be very happy with what you pick up. I'm sure it'll get out there.
Devil.
I think they're very much an expanding brewery with and we'll find the right markets to kind of expand into. That's your second mistake. Fantastic. Come on, you Dying Tim, rock out. What? Yeah, Jay. Oh, you getting your bloody ukulele out again?
You said I didn't actually do anything.
So I have no idea how to pronounce this. Once again, it doesn't play great with my light and my poor eyesight. My faded eyesight. Advancing years. I can see it now.
Yeah, I can't see it either.
This because I've got me fucking light down. Wow, I gotta read it properly now. So it's called. I'm going to go with the Yorkshire accent. It will be Chur Cuz. Chur Cuz, isn't it?
Yeah,
Chur Cuz, bro.
So 8%.
Chessus.
New England. That's how you pronounce it down your way, then, Harry.
Down south. Chessus.
It's where they add unnecessary French pronunciation.
Just a bit further east. Bit further east than here.
It's a bit bloody special.
That's Berkshire. It's not as Wiltshire Farmers by there. It's not as Wiltshire Farmers.
So it says loaded New England IPA with New Zealand hops, Notueku and Nelson. Light and fresh with tropical fruits, citrus, overtones. Oh, they even put in there overtones of mango and gooseberry.
Naming
steal
yourself.
those. Tasting notes. Hops, Motuek and Nelson. Malts, Golden Promise, Golden Naked Oats, oats and wheat. And then your London Ale free, so we're doubling up on that London Ale.
So unless Chur Cuz is like a New Zealand expression, like I can't do a New Zealand accent.
Oh no! Yeah, no,
Do one. Do it.
Is it?
Do it. Do it.
Yeah, good. I can't.
Good stuff. I'm glad you did.
Peer pressure.
I've got fear that I'd slip into like a really bad South African accent if I tried it.
They're both the same anyway.
Still sober. Well, try a bit harder, Warwick. I think you got Stella on the crups. I jest. Hopefully I'll see Simon in about 2 weeks. Actually, he's coming up to York. I jest. Yeah. It's all out of love. I'm not taking piss. I'm really not.
Is he doing like a collab with Wild Child or something like that?
Sounds like you're saying goodbye in German. So, what we got here then, lads?
That's a pretty pale looking beer.
Yeah, once again, you've got a very vibrant. Yeah, it looks like kind of peach juice to me.
Yeah,
it's probably the most opaque of the beers, I'd say.
That is, yeah. No light coming through that.
Bottom end of Unclear for years. Top end
Yeah.
of Making for Months. I'm going to say top end of Making for Months myself. Less head than the rest, I'd say. Less head.
Well, it's still sticking around though. What is there? It's not like it's dissipating.
No. But it's not as frothy.
Hello.
But yes, aroma, shall we?
Let's go for it.
Ooh, that's
a bit of a bigger boy.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Definitely on the grape side of things.
Yeah.
Definitely more towards when I think of what a lot of people do with New England IPA. It's on the softer side of things.
Yeah, it does. For me, it does
It's
have
more
that,
the grape and melon for me.
Yeah, I was going to say it does have that little bit of mustiness about it.
The mustiness for me is come across as a jar of hot dog sausages. I don't know what's something in there.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a certain salinity.
Yeah, maybe there is a little savoury quality. It's not that whole garlic and onions thing, is it? It's not that sort of aroma, but
so it's Nelson
but I mean, you can tell there's Nelson in there. I think even if I hadn't read that there was Nelson, I think I would had a pretty good stab at it. That's one of the few where you can actually pick it out.
Harry, I'm just muting you because you keep fucking typing.
Rob can't concentrate.
Definitely got a bit of pineapple.
Yeah.
Underripened banana? Am I reaching too far?
No. I'd say bordering on sort of foam banana sweets almost. It's got a. It's all very, like you say, it's all very soft. It's all very sort of but it's still quite pungent.
But still with a little assertive zip to it.
That smells it smells very different from the beers we've had previously.
So let's go for it.
Cheers.
Lovely. This is the first double IPA I've had from her.
Yeah, I mean, it's again, it's soft. There is a little bit more. I don't know. There's a little bit of apricot vibe.
I see. I'm going more towards kiwi.
Is that because the New Zealand hops?
No. Oh, I completely forgot about that. But that kind of more. There's a cleanliness to it. There's I'm gonna lime. I can't get away from lime on this.
Look, it is strange because like it's the whole thing of sort of the visuals and the aroma do something different. But like you say, there is that cleanness to it. And when you look at a beer when it's that hazy, you think it's going to be that sort of fudgy, sickly sweet New England, and this actually isn't. And probably because the hops that they've used don't give off those necessarily overtly sweet flavors. That there is that sort of grapey, musty edge to it still. For me, it's like I'm getting a bit of dried apricot. But I can see where you come from with like the kiwi and stuff.
Give me my own annoying typing for a second. Thanks, Adam. Yeah. I just reminded myself what's on the can. So Nelson and Motueku. Yeah. I think I'm roughly right on the pronunciations. I actually I asked somebody from New Zealand how to pronounce it. And she was like, yeah, you're not far off. I don't know if it was the one. It's one of those things, because it's an area, I think. Because there's an airport, there's a Motueku airport. But especially not Americans. It's not Motika. Oh, no, it's not Motika.
Yeah.
Motik. But I used to be a big fan of Motueku. I'd say that often brings a sharper, more citrus thing. More kind of lemon, grapefruit kind of thing. It's a bit more pithy. But the Nelson is one of those hops, and when you think of kind of like the kind of superstar hops, Citra, Mosaic, Nelson. Wells at the moment, maybe Sabra. Some people are a bit stand up for Sabra. I love Sabra. I mean, but those big ones that people will always bank on. I think you'll go Citra, Mosaic, Nelson. I
always find
but Nelson's supposed to got a real specific flavour.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I always find Nelson like so specific, whereas like Citra and Mosaic is that they're a lot more of more accessible flavors, I suppose. Whereas I think Nelson, because of that grapiness, that vinous character, then it's not always the most accessible flavor. And I don't think it's like as divisive as like Sriracha Ace or something like that, where people fucking even love it or loathe it. But I think it is a bit more of it's a different hop variety.
Yeah,
that most people are most people are used to or expecting.
I think that Sabro is that kind of branch between something that's juicy and crazy, and then something that's like Sriracha, which is full of coconut. I think it's like the bit between. I think it just has.
But it's also utilization as well, isn't it? It's also like some Sabro beers you get like real heavy coconut vibes, but like in some you don't, and it actually just blends well and it makes it a more balanced beer.
It can either go full on tangerine or full on coconut, and you can get a blend between the two. And when you get a blend between the two, I think it's fantastic.
Stuff from it.
Oh yeah, totally that as well. Totally loads of bubblegum, but also tangerine.
First time I ever had Sabro, it tasted so intensely fresh basil. I couldn't believe what it was. I'm like, what the fuck is this? It's amazing. I love fresh basil.
Oh.
It was a Chinook and Sabro. Up at Elmsted.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember what beer it was with Sabro in it. It was really kind of. It might have been one of the one of the Deus series beers. I think up to about number 11 or 12 now.
I haven't tried any for ages.
I think it's something good series, like back in the summer.
I've had something good one.
Yeah, I think it was number 5. Had Sabro in it, but it was really kind of. It was still good, of course. But it was something like the coconut. It was like very oily coconut. Like that's the only one I've had. Like
only coconut.
There's a lot of variation. There's a lot of
you're not starting to back that banter already, are you? Fucking hell, you're not messing
it's just
around,
banter. It was only banter. Just banter.
I'm at the other end of the scale. So.
Oh, Craig's going session.
It was only banter.
Sensible, Craig. Right, so I was going to run down a couple or more comments, and then I think we'll tie a bow on this one, and because Adam's going to start up a bit of a post thing that will after show,
definitely a shit show,
even worse than this nonsense. Which you'll get a bunch of other opinions as well. I mean, I know Rory's got some beers, and Adam's got some beers as well, and we'll continue drinking what we've currently got as well. Some of us will go to bed, some of us will stay up until about 4 in the morning. I'm looking at Harry and Craig. It's one of those things where I wake up for a piss in the middle of the night, and it's like, this stream finished like an hour ago. God bless you. But I do want to go through a few comments that have popped up as well, and especially one which I want to give you a bit details on, which is this. So Warwick, how does one join live? My computer camera is not 100%. I'm totally sure about tonight. It's going to start. Yes, terrible Terry Cade. Yes. Well, camera. That's not as. Don't worry about that if you don't want to do that.
Or audio.
I mean, some people aren't kind of like comfortable with it. But as long as your audio is okay, all you need is a mic that works, and you get some headphones. And you just sometimes there'll be public links, and sometimes you got to get sent it.
Yeah.
On StreamYard, you can only get 6 people on the free version, so hence why there's 4. We'll probably have 6 on the next one. What we move on to. We should get some conclusion first. Now, well, they brought it out a couple of years ago, but yeah, it's just one of those things, isn't it? Oh yes, and one I made with Terry. Fucking hell, yeah, GBBF. Yeah, because he says it was like a. Oh, blimey, I remember that video. That was the last one of the day. I sneaked it in because he was really against. Because it was being brewed by some heinous brewery, wasn't it? By Wells and Youngs or something. It was
Shepherd name.
No. But it was somebody we hated, and I sneaked it in and like. So we were like, I'll get you a beer. I went and got him one. Sneaked in. Like, yeah, it's good stuff. But yes, yeah, absolutely.
Budweiser.
I mean, keep an eye on Harry's channel if you want to get on.
Yes,
Hot Fix and Chill. It's the shit show.
I spoke to Warren last week.
Oh, cool.
It is a shit show. I spoke to him last week. So the link I sent you on Instagram, I will send you another link tomorrow night. And if you can join, then join. And if you're having any issues, I'll help you through them. Don't worry.
Oh, there you go.
Don't worry at all.
Absolutely.
He'll ease you into it.
Yeah,
I'll ease you into Hot Fix and Chill. You'll need it. Don't you worry. You'll need it.
Rory's on the
Scratching
section
me
in
arm.
Nelson, which I'm sure. I love the sound of that.
I've got it in the fridge.
Section in
Put it in the
Sabra. Oh, you saying all the right things, Adam. Oh yes.
Just want to shake like R2D2.
I'm saturated in something now.
Heroin.
I'm just showing off about his day.
Deal.
Fuck off.
I
I live about 30 miles away from the brewery and I don't buy
show.
their beer because I'm a
What's the
cunt.
cracker on all of that?
Fair
I
enough.
generally say, since the gents drop out later. Okay, yeah. Oh, there you go. Adam might be able to bring 12 people on.
Oh.
How many is it?
Oh, he got the Black Friday deal where it's $10 a month. But
Well, there you go.
they're never going to issue that again.
He's got his
That's what I
URL now. He's got his URL, hasn't he? So he's going to go crazy on it.
Pay monthly.
So, big thanks to everybody who's tuned in this evening. I'm really impressed with the amount of people who's tuned in, especially when I forgot to put anything on Instagram until like 2 minutes before we were met here.
We had you covered.
Yeah, you did. Well done. Thank you. I did the work. I did the work this morning.
Yeah, you actually made the
Putting all the
graphics.
graphics
We
together and
just
shit.
spaffed them
Then
out.
I just, but yes, I mean, I love Overtone. I think they're a great brewery, and I've enjoyed all the beers I've had tonight. And I've got one. I think I've got beer in all bar the first one, which slipped down.
That went way too quickly. That was probably the
That's
beers.
beer.
That was
was the case,
probably
isn't
my
it?
favourite of the ones I've had tonight. Of the three I've had tonight.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
In terms
You
of
can
drinkability, like in terms of just like
I really
like
enjoyed
them all.
that, Rob.
I can't. Yes, the formerly known as.
This is
Yeah.
this bit of a come
But
down
also,
from what-
but
yeah.
I like banter. I'm a big fan of banter.
Are you gonna have the
Everyone.
Yeah, banter's
It,
cracking.
it was just banter. Just banter.
Just the banter.
Just banter.
But yeah,
It
so
was
big thanks to
just
Craig
banter.
and Jake. Actually, I'm gonna go Craig, Harry, and Jake Overton. It's pretty close. I think we couldn't get a better person to be on a live tasting of the Overtone Brewing Company than Jake Overton.
yeah.
So it's a pretty special occasion. I think
It is.
this goes down in history as something monumental.
A very tenuous link.
It's pretty close.
Extremely tenuous.
It works for me.
Hmm.
Adam saying he's fucking. I thought I'm winding up then. I see this shit show. Fully shifted 11 cuts out on the couch as carbs are heavy. Adam,
Just start it now, Adam.
start
We're
it
ready.
now.
We're ready.
It's not been a bollock.
We're ready.
Go over to Mersey Beers, and if you don't get his stream online in the next 5 minutes, give him some shit. So we're going to be on there.
Make sure
Definitely with Adam from Mersey Beers and the lovely Rory Lee as well. Will you get sober Rory or will you get mega drunk Rory?
We'll find out.
It's worth tuning in to find out.
Yeah.
Find that.
Is he going to
Find
be? Is he going to
You'll
be
find-
draped in a duvet? Who knows?
Make sure if you got your
Oh,
charge
there's curtains this time.
And
There
have you
we
got your charge downstairs?
There are no losers. There's not teams. They're all winners. Yeah. I'll start it now. There you go. That's peer group pressure. Big thanks to everybody who's tuned in tonight, and big thanks to Dan from Overtone. If you manage to stay watching this shit show for 2 hours, God bless you. And anybody from Overtone who's taken some of their Friday evening to watch this nonsense, big thanks. Also, beers have been great. You're going to see more of it from probably me and Jake for about another hour until we fuck off, and these lunatics until about 3 a.m. Lots of beer, and see you next time. Check yourself before you wreck yourself.